Assalamu alaikum everyone. Today we're going to be making Bangladeshi Baffa Fita. This is a nice sweet treat that my mum's always made on special occasions, so let's have a look at how we can make it. The ingredients we're going to need to make it are 250 grams of ground rice, 50 grams of desiccated coconut, some salt, 100 grams of jaggery gur and some water. If you have fresh coconut, feel free to use it will make it taste even better. We're going to start by adding our coconut to the gur. We're taking some of the gur out to use later. Add in a small amount of water, we'd say about 2 to 3 tablespoons. And mix that all together with clean hands. We've added a couple more tablespoons of water. Next, grab yourself a pan and pour that all in. We're going to put that on the hob on a medium heat. Now we're going to keep an eye on this to make sure that it doesn't burn. Keep stirring it until the jaggery gur has melted and has mixed together with the coconut. We want it to turn a nice golden brown colour. All of the water that you added should help the jaggery gur and the coconut mix together and will eventually evaporate. This is what your mixture should look like within a few minutes. You can see that there's no more water left and that it's turned into quite a soft and sticky mixture. We're going to put that on a plate and move it to the side for a few minutes. Now that the filling's done, we're going to work on the outside. Pour all of your ground rice onto a nice tray so that you'll be able to mix it easily. To this, add half a teaspoon of salt. Now you're going to want to grab your water. We're using a little at a time just to make sure that we get the right consistency. You want it to be quite grainy by the end of this, so we're just going to add a little at a time when we feel like we need it. You can see that the ground rice is starting to come together in places. Keep mixing it and keep adding drops of water until you get the consistency that you want. You want it to feel like that it can hold its own shape by the end of this. Your mixture should look like this. What we're going to do is we're going to leave that now for about 10 minutes to just sit. Now we're going to start putting it together. Grab yourself a small pot. We're using a small salt pot, but you can use the bottom of a teacup as well. We're going to start by adding in the Baffa Fita mixture, the ground rice mixture, to the bottom. Make a small well or a hole in the middle of it, and that's where we're going to add in our coconut. Take about a teaspoon of your coconut mixture and add that to the bottom. We're also going to put some gur on the top of it just to make it a little bit sweeter. Now we're going to add a little bit more of our ground rice mixture to the top. Now to make it take its shape, we're going to be using a muslin cloth to tighten it together. You can also use a cheesecloth here if you would like. Take your Baffa Fita and put the cloth over the top of it. Twist it at the bottom, applying pressure, and you should see that it starts to level out. To steam our Baffa Fita, we're going to be using an idli maker. We're going to take out the middle trays and leave it on the side just for a moment. You don't necessarily need to use an idli pot, you could also use a pan with a colander on the top of it. This is just what we have on hand and we wanted to use. Unwrap your Baffa Fita and place it onto the idli tray where it should come out easily. We should be able to make about 4 using this recipe. Now we can start preparing our steamer. We're going to add in 1.5 cups of water here. Now remember, you can use a colander on top of a pan as well. When the water starts boiling, we can add in our Baffa Fita. Lower them in, making sure that they're not touching the water, and cover up the pan so that they can steam. This is what they should look like when they're finished. They will have taken on some of the water and should be a little bit harder to the touch. This should take roughly 5 minutes. Carefully take these out of the steamer and leave them to cool on the side. They should come up quite easily from the bottom of the steamer. You can see that they can now hold their own shape. We're just decorating the tops of a Baffa Fita with a little bit of the leftover coconut mixture. And that's the end of the recipe. We think they look quite good. When you cut into them, they've got that nice soft filling in the inside. We hope you'll give this a try. If you do, feel free to tag us on Instagram with any of your pictures. We'd love to see them. Thank you all for subscribing and liking. We hope you're enjoying the videos.